Hello folks, Eddie Bones 13 back at you again with part 2 of my collection update here. The first one was, of course, all my cheaper, couple fixed blades and all basically my cheaper crap that, you know, you can call it crap, but all of it has a use and all of it will be in hard or medium use. And the reason why I keep it is because it was cheap but good quality. I know how to pick cheap good quality, if that makes sense. So let's get on with part 2. I'm going to go ahead and start this one off with a KBAR. Okay, now KBAR is so obviously you can buy their knives in Big 5 for 20 bucks and so on, and they're kind of crappy and this and that. I know their old military knives used to be the shit, but this one here is a tip up carry, perfectly centered. This is what they would consider a police knife. It only opens halfway, and I'm sure you guys have seen these before. KBAR does a really good job. It's rock solid, no side to side, no up and down, perfect lockup. And these are made for that thrusting kind of action, or actually, in all honesty, to flip over and use as a thrashing action. And I was actually told by a police officer that they prefer to use these style of knives a lot of times. For the way that they're shaped, this kind of L shape that they do here. So it doesn't open any more than that. That's it. And it's not assisted, not on a flipper, nothing. Centering's perfect, but it does flip open, and it's got some good use to it. Very good jimping right here. Blade steel, I am not sure. It is made in China, but it's tip up, good centering, nice lockup, and it's just an all-around nice defensive knife. So I really like this one, and this one will probably be staying in my collection as well as long as it lasts. Okay, now let's kind of go on to the Kershaw. This is an assisted opening knife. I only have a few. This is the Kin Onion. I believe this was the shallot. I'm not mistaken. No, not the shallot. The geez, I forgot the name of this one, you guys. Maybe you can let me know in the comments. But it's a great little knife. I really love it. It is a tip down carry, but it does have the lock here. And it's got a wonderful flipper. I love this design, and it's very fast. It's very sharp. The serrations on here are just absolutely razor sharp. The knife is sharp. It's a good little EDC knife. I have extra large hands. I get about, you know, 3.5 fingers, almost 4 on this knife, and I love it. I will never get rid of this little knife. Some of them I've seen don't even have these holes. I don't know if that you know, has to do with the serration versions or knockoff versions that didn't have the holes, or older models that had the holes or something. But this isn't quite old knife. One of my first assisted opening knives I got. Centering dead on, and it's just a great knife. Love it. Very good action, and this will be staying in my collection. I love this little knife. So there you go. Next up, let's see what we can go to next. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Swindle. This was a great knife choice by me. It was something different. I believe they were called the Swayback Jacks, if I'm not mistaken. They were kind of a knife that didn't lock. I forgot the name of those right now. But this was redone by Kin Onion. See, it's a Kin Onion design. IKBS ball bearings. Very smooth. Probably one of the smoothest knives I own. Great lockup, and the lock bar tension is so light, but not in a way where it's alarming, but it's so easy to unlock this knife. And the bearings in this is phenomenal. Perfect centering. And I just am in love with this knife. I love the pocket clip, how it rides in the pocket with this pocket clip being on the front like that. I love the milling in the stainless steel handle. And there is a little bit of jimping here. If you're careful though, you can slip. But when you do get it, it's fast. And this knife is smooth. I'm telling you, it is so freaking smooth, you guys. I love my Swindle. And this is another knife that will be staying in my collection for a long time. So, not that, you know, a lot of these I can really move and trade for, but I really like this knife. So it's going to be, you know, used, and I will love this knife for a long time. So there's the Swindle. I forgot to show you kind of one more or two more cheaper knives here. This is a imtech, all stainless steel construction, but I really love the design of this knife. It's got a deep carry pocket clip. It did have a spring assist. I took it out because, whoops, it was really smooth opening without it, and you could actually flick it with the thumb, and it just made it really smooth. It's rock solid. I love how they attempted to do kind of a black wash on the blade with the satin flats. I love the design they did in the handle. Lockup is perfect, and it's a frame lock, and for 10 bucks or under, it's perfectly centered, and it's actually very smooth, and I love this knife. And not saying I'll have this one forever, but it's just another beater knife that I got for 10 or under, and I love it. So there you go, another imtech, little imtech knife there. And then again, here's another cheap one that I de-assisted. It was assisted opening. This was a Meyerco. You guys remember Meyerco? They may be out of business now, I don't know. Perfectly centered, really fat blade stock as opposed to the handle. And it's got this thumb disc. Flies right open without the assist. I love how this comes down into this point. I sharpen this to a razor sharp edge, and it's just a good work knife. It's small, but fits my extra large hands very well. I love the blade design, and it's just something that I use and I beat up on, and I don't like the assist on it, so I took it out. It's got great early lockup, and it's just a great knife. Nice and smooth. I don't know if you could close it like now. Yeah, I guess you can. So really smooth, and I really love this knife. So just a nice beater work knife, you know. There you go, Meyerco. Okay, let's start getting into just a little bit better knives here. Let's go with the Spyderco. Now everybody knows this knife, the old Endura 4. This was one of the first expensive knives I ever bought. I live here in Colorado, so Spyderco's factory is in Golden. I'm from Denver, so it's only about a 20-minute drive, so I visit them frequently. You can see the centering is great on this knife. It's old. I haven't used it a ton, but I have used it. The black coating has held up very well. As you can see, there's a few marks and stuff on it, but as far as the blade goes, it's still razor sharp. The serrations razor sharp. VG10, this is back when I thought VG10 was the best steel ever. Boy, have I learned a lot. It was made in Seiki City, Japan. It's got a nice back lock. And I did put an aftermarket titanium blue, and this is all getting tore up now too, a titanium blue pocket clip with a skull on it for a little deep carry action. And I really just love this knife. It's just something that I'm always going to have for sentimental value, being that it was it is the first Spyderco I ever got, and it's one of the best Spydercos at the time that I thought was out. So definitely not the most expensive, but you know, for me it was a big leap in my knife collecting career. So I love this knife here. Next here we will go with the Gerber. This is called the Propel Downrange. This isn't the automatic version. This is the assisted opening version. It's got the lock on it, heavy duty lock. And I really love this knife when it first came out. It's got the nice lanyard hole / pommel. Great slabs of G10. This knife was over $100 and some when it first came out. Solid backspacer here. Just a really nice heavy duty. I would say this is more of an officer's type knife. Law enforcement. Nice pocket clip on it, great tension, not the deepest carry, but it was a great knife. And you just give it one good push and out it comes. And this is back when I was on my serrated kick. I love their all knives with serrations, but it's still razor sharp. I've tried to keep an edge on it. I kind of rounded off the Tonto there a little bit, trying to sharpen it before I knew how to sharpen Tontos. So, but it's still nice and sharp, not much wear. Great S30V steel, and it just is great. I love this knife. It does have the plunge lock there, which works great, and the action's fast, it's spring assisted, and I love it. It's just a nice knife, and I will always hold on to this one for sort of other sentimental value. So that's the Gerber Propel downrange. All right, let's see what else. Again, here's another one of my first expensive knives. This was like around 180 when I got it. It is assisted opening as well. This is back when the assisted opening, when I started collecting, assisted opening was everything. I know they had already had the ball bearing and all that, but I just don't remember it being as talked about as much as assisted opening was. And this is the Ziti 0770, and I love this knife. All carbon fiber, still in great shape. Really no damage to this knife. Nice lanyard, like kind of stop pin in the back or whatever you want to call that. I loved the back spacer on this one when I first got it. Nice deep carry pocket clip. Everybody that watches my videos knows I love deep carry pocket clips. Not to hide the knife, but to secure it in your pocket. I loved the pivot and the action. Super fast, and I love that blade shape. It's just absolutely gorgeous, and you can see this one still looks very good. Nice stone wash, still razor sharp. This was LMAX, and I know there was a big deal about the LMAX and ZT not being heat treated right, but maybe I got lucky with this serial number 2739. I don't know, but it just hasn't done me wrong. It's very easy to sharpen, and it doesn't go dull very fast, so this one has done me well. Great lockup, and also great centering, perfect centering after all these years with this knife. I love this knife, so another one I will always have in my collection. Great action, assisted opening, and I love it. So there you go, the ZT 0770. Okay, this one here is, I'm going to go ahead and open it first to show you guys. It is the 0561 ZT Hinderer, LMAX as well. Never had a problem with this one either. In fact, I just sharpened this one, and I hadn't had to sharpen it in so long. But when I got this, it was already used. Really, there wasn't much, few little marks. I love the blade size. I love the smoothness. I know a lot of people said it was too smooth. Centering is perfect. This one though came with a black scale, or yeah, scale on it, and I'm pretty sure the 0561s actually came with a tan, so this must have been an aftermarket, unless I'm wrong. Someone can tell me. Maybe some of their first ones came with the black. I know the 0560 came with a black, but I was unaware of the 0561. I just replaced the pocket clip from ZT. They sent me a new one, as long as new barrel spacers here and screws. And you can see I did a little modification to the flipper. If you guys that know this knife know that this one came way up into a sharp point. I hated that. It hurt my finger, so I kind of grinded it down a little bit, grinded it down to this first kind of jimping spot here. Didn't do the best job, but I tried to leave a little edge on there, and it just grabs perfect now every single time, you know, without hurting the finger one bit. I don't get no marks on my finger from this one whatsoever. So yeah, there's the 0561 by ZT. Just a wonderful knife, 3.75 inch blade. Nice, like 5 something inch handle, and great titanium back, and I love it. I might even get some aftermarket parts to kind of soup this one up a little bit. So all you guys don't laugh about my little modification here, but actually it makes it a lot better than what it was. So there it is, the ZT 0561. Let's do one more in this segment, and then I'll switch over to another segment. Okay, let's go with the Boker Sulaco. Now this here was a great knife. It still is. I love it. Heavy duty, solid G10 backspacer, G10 handle scales, great pocket clip, just straight to the point. Not a deep carry, but a lot of purchase to pull it out. Decent centering on this knife. And and it's very smooth. Flies right open. The blade is huge. I think it's about 3.75 inches or so, and maybe a little smaller, but it's just a heavy knife, good for heavy duty tasks. You can choke way up on this with this jimping, and it fits my big hand wonderful. I love this knife. It's very smooth, and I think Boker did a great job with the Sulaco for a good heavy duty style knife. And this will be something that I won't get rid of. I love the Boker Sulaco. So yeah, I urge people to give this one a shot. And I did do a video on a lot of these, so you can check that out as well. But the Boker Sulaco. So there we go with part 2 of my knife collection. I'm going to go ahead and stop there, folks, and continue with, I should get through one more section. And hope you guys are enjoying the kind of cheap knives I have. But there's a few better ones to come, so check me out in part 3. Eddie Bones out. Stay sharp.